What's up, everybody? It's Photos by Jahbreal. Today I got with me Eric from Heart Attack Man. Eric, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Good shit. I got 20 questions for you. That was not one of them. You let me know when you're ready. We can start banging through these.
Oh, I'm good to go.
All right. Tell me how you take your coffee.
Black.
Black. I like that. Nice and simple. Tell me about some of your inspirations for your music.
My biggest inspiration is Bob Mould. Everything he's done from Husker Du, his band After, Sugar, and his solo stuff. Writing-wise, he's just always been the biggest influence for me.
Fuck yeah. Tell me about your favorite song to perform live.
Right now, it's definitely got to be Leap Year. That one's just, it's super fun. It's a new song of ours and just a good energy all around.
Fuck yeah. Are we going to be hearing that tonight?
Yeah.
Awesome. What is the worst show you've ever performed and what made it so bad?
Oh, man. I would have to say the first one that comes to mind is a very early show of ours. It was our third show ever, and this was in like the beginning of 2014. It was right before Modern Baseball blew up. It was with them at a small like a pizza shop in this college town, and our set was just terrible. Like, it just fell apart. There were like a couple songs where it was just a total train wreck. That's the first one that comes to mind, but I don't know. I thought it was really bad, but that was where we met Modern Baseball, and they seemed to really like it. And I thought they were just being really nice at first, because they said that they really enjoyed our set, and I was like, how? Like, that was fucking terrible. But you know, we connected with them then, and then they actually liked it. But I thought that set was terrible.
But genuinely nice dudes from Modern Baseball?
Yes, the nicest.
Love to hear it.
They're like the first band like from outside of Cleveland really to like ever give a shit about us. So.
Hey man, real recognizes real, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What's your favorite venue?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm really excited to play the Agora on this tour, but I don't know. I'm thinking of like, in terms of places like to play and also see a show, I'm gonna have to go with Beachland Ballroom in Cleveland.
Awesome.
I really like seeing shows there, and playing there is cool too.
Cleveland just has all these diamonds in the rough, huh?
Definitely.
Awesome. Talk to me a little bit about some of the inspirations behind your latest release, Thoughts and Prayers.
On this EP, we definitely wanted to like go a bit harder, lean into some of our heavier influences and everything. I was very influenced by Korn on this EP, and really just, you know, kind of having a mix of heavier stuff and kind of blending it with what we've already done, kind of, but just kind of like taking those things we've already done and making them better and kind of perfecting them. But really, the overall vibe was we just kind of wanted to like lean into the heavier influences and the overall sort of darker atmosphere overall.
Awesome. Tell me about what the writing process for the band looks like.
Really, I mean, it's not the same for like every song necessarily, but like generally speaking, I kind of come with most of an idea for a song, just kind of like a rough skeleton of it. You know, I have like a general rough draft of a song in mind and kind of some like reference drum beats, whatever, like, but I come with, you know, an idea, and then you know, everyone kind of puts their own spin on their respective parts. It's like kind of like a guided collaboration.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Tell me, what kind of goose would you be?
What kind of what?
What kind of goose would you be? Like a silly goose?
Definitely a silly goose, yeah.
Okay. I feel like people, like, when they look at you, they're like, oh, he's a mean goose, but then they get to know you.
No, I'm a silly goose at heart, through and through.
I love that. All right, tell me, what does it feel like being part of metalcore Twitter's favorite couple?
It feels great. I'm very, very happy, and I don't know. I'm here for it.
Awesome. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how you guys met? Just sort of the general
the internet.
The internet.
Yeah.
Twitter is a dating site. Period.
Yeah. Well, it was because like we had originally followed each other on TikTok, but then Instagram, and then Twitter. But it was like, I mean, it's like you know, all, I mean, I don't know, just it all kind of blends together sometimes, but it was kind of in that order. But yeah,
That's cute.
I mean, we just met online, and then we you know, we've been kind of just casually talking like most of this year, and more, you know, more and more we've just gotten to know each other better. And
Awesome, man. That's that is a love story come true. Okay, Heart Attack Man, the name. What's the inspiration behind the name?
it's a Beastie Boys song.
Okay,
That's,
nice and
that's
simple.
really it. Like, there's not much to it. I just really like that song. Love the Beastie Boys, and they have always kind of resonated with me as a group that has been able to like be serious when they want to, but also have fun at the same time, and have like this sort of multifaceted energy to them that I just think is really cool, and I kind of like just really resonated with me personally.
Fuck yeah. Should we be expecting a cover of Brass Monkey?
Maybe not Brass Monkey, but I would love to like actually cover Heart Attack Man, the song. So we covered it at the first show we ever played. It was like the first song we ever played live, but we haven't played it since.
Oh man, that'd be killer. That'd be so meta.
Yeah, it'd be fun. That, or like, I mean, Sabotage would be cool, but I feel like a million bands have done Sabotage.
I feel you.
It'd be very fun.
All right, so Heart Attack Man is known for their absolutely banger merch game. Tell me like how you guys decide what to print, how to print it, and like who to like source out for materials. Tell me a little bit about that.
So we do most everything in-house. Like, we print everything. When it comes to like sourcing for this tour, for example, I mean, really now, if we're speaking just like in the here and now, everything is completely fucked up in terms of the supply chain and everything, and like so many, it's like impossible to get Comfort Colors or Guild and Hammer shirts. You know what? Like, there's certain shirts where it's like very in high in demand, and the supply is just so low. So it's like really hard to get certain blanks. But for us, on this tour, for example, we really like Bayside blank T-shirts because they're just a good fit overall. They're like, you know, on the heavier side material-wise, and they're made in the U.S. and their price has gone down in the past couple years, which has been awesome for us. So I mean, we are using those for all of our T-shirts and long sleeves. For the hoodies, we're using independent brand hoodies, which are like, we're doing the thicker ones. But really, when it comes to merch, you know, our general rule of thumb is like, we want to be making designs that we think are cool and stuff that we would want to wear, because I mean, I wear our shit all the time, and also printing on apparel that like we like, and that, you know, I personally don't like Bell and Canvas T-shirts at all, like super thin form-fitting T-shirts. I don't know. I mean, I think there's a place for everything, but like, I don't think that, you know, like the more form-fitting, thinner T-shirts are what's best for what we want to do.
I gotcha.
And then like for the beanies are like our life's blood. It's like the hot item. We're like, tonight, as we're doing this, like, we are like basically completely out. We have like 3 beanies left, and I thought we ordered enough for this tour, but I was sorely mistaken.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's good to hear though.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have, but like, also I've been kind of scrambling to get more made. You know, we're getting more made and picking them up in a few days, but like, I'm sorry to anyone that's going to our show tomorrow in Minneapolis that's planning on buying a beanie, because they're going to be out of luck.
I gotcha. Yeah, I'm like super picky with what I put on my body clothes-wise, so it's like awesome to hear about artists that give a shit about what they print on.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is like, if we're gonna be like leaning into being, you know, kind of a merch band, like heavily focusing on it, we want to do it right. You know, we don't want to like have any designs or anything that we don't think is like really cool, something that we like would want to wear ourselves. So we all have to like approve of it, you know.
Respect. Number 12. Anybody you would want to collaborate with?
Man,
Too many?
there's a lot. I don't know. I mean, we're working on something that I can't really talk about now, with someone that I've kind of wanted to collaborate with. Like a couple people that I've wanted to collaborate with for a while. We're like kind of working on some stuff already, so like, I can't really talk about it right now, but
Ohio natives?
no.
Okay.
Let me think. I'm thinking of who who I'd really want to collaborate with that we're not collaborating with. I don't know. I think there's this rapper, Big Baby Scumbag, who I fucking love. Oh, you like Big Baby Scumbag? Yeah, he fucking rules, and I would love to do something with him. And we're like mutuals on Twitter, so
Fuck yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it can happen someday. But I really fuck with Big Baby Scumbag.
Yeah, man, shoot him a DM, see what happens.
Do something insanely hype. I don't know.
All right, so this one, at the Blossom Show, the last time I saw you, we spoke a little bit about Twitter as like a platform and how a lot of users end up sinking or swimming with their shit posts. Can you tell me a little bit how your like Twitter presence affected the band's Twitter presence?
Well, the thing is, the Twitter, like our Twitter account, originally like used to be my personal Twitter account. Like if you go on it, I think it says that I've been on Twitter since like 2010 or 11 or something, and I like Hard Tag Band started in 2013, so it was like my personal Twitter for a little bit, and that was like back when I didn't like really like Twitter, didn't use it that much, but it started as my personal Twitter. I kind of rebranded it to the band's Twitter profile, and then like over time, you know, originally wasn't as blasted as I am now on Twitter, but like over time have kind of, you know, I've kind of always been an internet troll, at least a little bit, ever since I've been on the internet. But 'cause I'm a silly goose, you know, so throwing it back to that. But I don't know. Over time, I've just, you know, kind of more and more, really just been myself more and more on the Twitter, and have just been kind of using it like a personal Twitter, which I think for a lot of people is kind of jarring because, you know, we're like,
there's no separation.
It's not just, you know, this band is not just me, but like a lot of people have come to know, like at least from an online perspective, they just know it as me, just because I'm the most publicly facing person of the band. But you know, we all have like the things that we do that, you know, it's very much so not like a solo project that's just like one. You know, I kind of do like the social media stuff. Adam does, you know, the printing and everything. It's like we all do our different things that kind of, like, it's not, everyone kind of does their part and just makes it all work. But yeah, with the Twitter stuff, I don't know, I feel like over time I've just like gotten more and more blasted with it, and it's definitely like turned some people away for sure, but there have been so many people that have discovered us because of it, and I feel like the amount of people that have like discovered us through that, and then the people who've like been repelled by it, like the people who found us through it far outweighs the people who like don't like it.
I gotcha. It's a dichotomy, right? It's a balance.
It's the duality of man.
All right, tell me about the best part about touring and the worst part about touring.
I'd say the best part is, I mean, just playing night after night. It's super fun, and like, it's been crazy for us jumping into this tour because this is like the biggest tour we've ever done, and we haven't, you know, the first night of this tour in Nashville was our first show in almost 2 years. So like we'd been practicing and everything, but it's like totally different being on stage in front of thousands of people and like back at it like that, at that capacity. So like really this tour has been kind of like conditioning us back into like what we, you know, I feel like I'd never forgotten about how to like go about playing live and everything, but like I'm just doing vocals now as opposed to playing guitar and singing, and that has been like a big adjustment for me. So like really the best part has been playing these shows and like reconnecting with fans of our, like new fans, and then fans of ours that, you know, we haven't seen in quite some time now. But I'd say the worst part about it for me personally is I like very much so like having a routine, and when I'm home, like I'm very kind of routine oriented. I don't do much when I'm at home, you know, I just kind of like have my things. I go to work, I go to the gym, I, you know, have my routines, and that just gets like even just like my sleeping schedule and everything, you know, it's like on tour all of that gets completely disrupted. So it's like I, you know, pretty much every night, go to bed at like midnight and wake up at like, on a weekday I'll wake up at, 6 a.m. So it's like every day I do that, and I go to work and I go to the gym, and it's like completely disrupted on tour. So I'd say that is the worst part about it for me. And then also just like kind of trying to like pace myself and preserve my voice and stuff like on stage, because it's like really challenging to just not like completely blow my shit out. It's like I don't know, it's that's been a big lesson for me on this tour, is like pacing myself. If you were interviewing me at the beginning of this tour, it would be like,
It'd be all scratchy.
oh, it'd be terrible. Yeah, I'd have no voice.
Yeah, absolutely. Pace yourself and stretch, man. You gotta stretch them chords out.
For sure.
How would you describe your local Ohio scene?
Oh, it's awesome. I don't know, like really, for us, it's great because like ever since we've started, I feel like we've been a band since 2013, and I feel like in band years that's like an eternity. It's like almost 10 years. So for like us to have been a band since then and seen kind of like a pretty significant amount of change back home and like the scene and everything, just kind of how shows are, there's like a lot that's changed, but a lot that's the same as well. But like the fact that we've like remained connected, it's like, I don't know, it's cool that like there is something for us to remain connected with, and it's like there's a lot going on, and but I don't know, it's like we've had like amazing support locally over the years too, which like I don't know, it's as much as changed over the years, it's like it still very much so feels like Cleveland is home, and the scene that we have in Cleveland is still like, just overall it's very different from what I like grew up with in high school and everything, because I feel like the music that Hardtack Man plays is just kind of totally different from what I'd like started going to shows for and everything. But overall, I don't know, I feel like the scene back home and everything is great, and it's like we've just continually felt connected to it over the years, and as much as things have changed, it's like it still feels very much so like home.
Yeah, it's very tightly knit over there. For anybody who hasn't experienced the Cleveland scene, especially like that snug little Lakewood area,
yeah,
it's just everybody knows everybody. Everybody's
yeah.
super friendly.
That's what I mean. Like you mentioned Yusef earlier. It's like I've known Yusef since I was like a sophomore or junior in high school. So like, and I'm 28 now. So like we've known each other for well over a decade, and like we've all we've kind of done different things over the years, but like and we're doing very different things now musically, but like we're still very connected, and it's like I don't know, I think it's cool that like there can be a lot of different things going on musically in Cleveland, and there's still like still very tight knit overall. You got like bands that a band that's playing something totally different from some solo artist or something, two totally different things, but they still know each other and run in at least somewhat similar circles.
It's love all the way around out there, that's
Definitely.
for sure. What is the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Ever?
Ever?
Oh man, I don't know. That's like a really heavy question.
Yeah, we went from goose to hey.
Yeah, I'm a silly goose, but got to get all philosophical. Shit, I don't know. I'd say when I was a senior in high school, what's coming to my mind right now is what one of my English teacher in high school, he one day in class he showed us Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. We just watched that, and it was like the last day of our classes. He's like, what I'm gonna leave you all with is to just be excellent to each other, from the movie and everything. So I don't know, I mean that just kind of popped into my mind, so.
Okay, I fuck with it.
Just be excellent.
Doesn't matter where it comes from, as long as you care about it, right?
Yeah.
All right,
Don't
how
be
do
a
you see
fucking
your
dick.
sound evolving in the next coming years?
What was that?
How do you see like Heart Attack Man's sound evolving over the next coming years?
I don't know.
I mean, it's already evolved with thoughts and prayers, right?
I mean, like, I'm just kind of like flying by the seat of my pants, honestly. Like, musically, I'm like, I've been thinking about it, kind of like the next step and everything, and like, I don't have like this grand scheme of things, like, a trajectory mapped out where I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna like kind of segue into this. I honestly don't know. I kind of want to just like broaden everything into where it's like, okay, we did, you know, some kind of heavier stuff on this release, you know, maybe do some more of that, but then kind of maybe try some softer stuff in some area. I don't really know. Like,
Just go with the flow.
Yeah, I don't just go with the flow and do what feels right. And like, I don't know, you know, what's next necessarily. We still got to figure it out. And like, you know, whether we're going to do like an EP or a full length or a string of singles, whatever, I'm not really sure. So I don't know.
Sure, kind of a loaded question to be fair. All right, this next one comes from our cameraman Goose over there.
Yeah.
You have the ability to speak to animals for 24 hours. What's the first animal you're talking to, and what are y'all talking about?
Shit. I don't know. Maybe just like I don't know. I'm gonna pass.
Okay, sleep on that one.
I honestly can't think.
Sleep on that one and get back to me.
That's a tough question.
All right, we got 2 more.
Okay.
19. What are you bad at? Like genuinely bad at? Nothing. He's perfect.
Yeah. No. I've got it all going on. No, I don't. I'm fucking terrible at being organized, and I really struggle with like focusing.
Okay.
You know, like maintaining motivation is pretty tough for me overall. Like, I don't know. I feel like when I finish projects and finish things, sometimes it feels like a miracle, but it just makes, you know, the things that I do see through to the end, and like things that I do fully flesh out and you know, fully form, it makes it that much more special to me. But I'd say that I'm pretty bad with like being organized and like organizing my thoughts, because there's just so many of them.
For sure, man. The mind is a wild thing. I totally get where you're coming
It's just
from.
racing, and it's just full of memes.
Full of memes and geese.
Yeah, memes and geese. You know?
I guess the goose is a meme at this point.
Memes.
We gotta have one more interview to make it like an official meme, right? That's how it works. All right, last one. Do you have any advice for up-and-coming artists?
Yeah, I'd say really my biggest piece of advice is just like don't stop, no matter what. I'm lucky that you asked me that, because someone asked me that at a show the other night, and I was like, man, what do I say? I'm like I was thinking about it for a little bit. I was like, let me think. I was like, dude, just don't stop. So I'm just gonna recycle that for this interview and say, don't stop. You know, once you have like a bit of motivation or momentum with anything, just like keep it going. Because I mean, even if I don't like what I just said about struggling with like, you know, kind of like staying motivated sometimes, I think to maintain momentum, like even if you don't exactly, I don't know, even if you don't have it all figured out, just like maintaining some kind of momentum and like staying active and stuff, that's like the best thing you could do. Because I mean, I don't know, just keeping the wheels turning in any capacity, I think, is better than just completely stopping. So to anyone watching, to any young musicians watching, just don't stop, and don't let anyone stop you.
Fuck yeah. Would you believe me if I told you that's exactly what Blossom Reynolds said?
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense, because we're like, you know, kindred spirits, I'd say. Like that.
I love that for y'all.
That definitely makes sense.
Awesome. Well, that was 20 questions with Photos by Jahbreal. Eric, thank you so much for coming out, man. Thank you for having us. You want to shout anyone or anything out? Go ahead and point it in the camera. Let us know what we should, or who we should be checking out.
I can't think of anyone.
Check out Heart Attack Man.
Yeah, check out my band. We're called Heart Attack Man.
For sure, man. Appreciate it.